All right, I'm down here. I'm down here at Ric's Corner today at Leroy Colbert's nutrition store, and I have Anibal Lopez, who was a bodybuilding star of the 70s and happens to be in town for the Venice Beach show. And, of course, Leroy, who had the biggest arms in the world and the first black man, as you said, to be on the cover of Muscle and Fitness.
You're right, baby.
We went through this once before.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll talk to him.
Yeah,
now,
right.
It's your best years were in the 70s, you said.
I would like to think that my best years are now.
I don't mean that. I understand that. But your bodybuilding years, to most of your success.
Yeah. And it was, late 70s,
Right.
78, somewhere in that area there.
And at that time, what titles did you win?
I already had won Mr. New York City, Mr. Eastern America. 1978, I won the WBBG Pro Mr.America.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the question I'm going to ask you, because I get asked by everybody out there. Your training back then was how many days a week?
I never trained more than 4 times a week.
That's it.
That's it.
2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 2 off?
Yep.
And how many times each body part per week?
In reality, when you train like that, you're training 2 times a week, the whole body.
Okay. What body parts did you put together?
I used to like to train legs by themselves and abdominals most of the time.
Yeah.
That's how I used to break it up.
And what about chest and back, shoulders and arms?
Working together. I believe that those body parts are, if you indirectly, you always work those body parts.
Always. That's true. You always
Indirectly, you always work them. So I always enjoy either working shoulders, chest, and tricep,
do. Okay.
back, and bicep.
Right.
In that
order.
In that order, most of the time.
Okay.
And usually, I always try to train. Something that I learned early in my years was to train the biggest muscles first.
Yes.
So, if I was doing legs, I would do legs first. Mm-hmm. And talking about legs, I learned something from Ric Drasin. I remember that we went to a show and we were traveling on the train to see this man here, which is the first
This man here.
I saw. And he told me, he says, never forget to train your legs first. Mm-hmm. He says it's a body part that people that work out with weights neglect a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people back in the day neglected that.
Yeah.
You're still here?
Oh, I just awakened. No,
Okay,
I'm
good.
not. When you're doing, I'm talking to somebody like Anibal. Anibal brings back all of the. It's almost like an infusion of energy, because when I see him talk about Ric Drasin, so dearly, we were friends, we trained together.
Yeah.
And when sitting next to him, it's so exciting.
Well, actually, you're
It's
excited
absolute-
because you're sitting next to me.
Oh.
But he's here.
But you see, you are the oil, he's the gas.
He's got gas?
Yeah, he's the gas.
Oh, I see.
See, you the oil. We need
I
the
promote
gas.
the energy. I promote the energy.
Okay. This is the first time you've seen him in, 40 years?
Has it been 40 years?
Has it been?
About,
And you
yeah.
know something?
Yeah.
What's
It's like yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the kind of bond we have.
Yeah.
As we have so much in common.
Right.
So much synergy together. So when Anibal walked in here, it's like I saw him last week.
Yeah.
You know?
But when I walked in here last year,
It was like I saw you too often.
I'm a very sensitive man.
You always have that way with words,
Jeez.
It's really great.
Let me ask you a question. When you had the 21-inch arms,
Yeah.
how many times? Don't cry. It's going to be okay.
Bring tears to my eyes.
How often did you train that bicep to make it grow like that?
Every other day. But pounded, we pounded it. At least 20 sets of arm work.
You didn't kill it every other day like that? You didn't kill it?
No, because I tell you, we ate a tremendous amount of protein. And you know something? We didn't know what the protein was doing, but we knew we were growing from it.
Yeah.
It was so little science to it then that we knew we used to eat 2 pounds of steak a day. Quarts, we overdid on the milk.
Yeah, I did that.
Quarts of milk, cottage cheese, eggs, because we felt so strong.
Yeah.
Of course, we were young, dumb, and full of.
Yes, I understand. Did you?
Full of testosterone.
Exactly. Jeez. Did you follow that same diet?
Sort of.
What was your diet back then?
But it has changed so much. Nutrition has changed so much.
Yeah, but I want to know what you did
But
then.
I actually follow similar things. A lot of protein, eat a lot of steaks and meat. That's why I don't eat any now, because I'm just sick of it.
Okay.
And it was basically what we knew.
Yeah.
That's what we knew.
When the steak you don't want, could you send it to me? I'll accept it. Put it in a box, put a little ice in it, send it to me.
It's a little care package to Leroy down here at his nutritional store, because he hasn't got enough stuff on the shelves here. We need more meat, right?
That's right.
Has your diet changed today from back then?
Yes.
And in what way?
It has changed in a way that I am more careful of what I eat. I always tell people I eat more for health than for taste.
Yes, I understand that.
I like that. I'm very careful. I'm very selective of the food that I eat. I honestly tell you that I stopped eating meat. I don't eat red meat, and I don't eat pork. I do eat some chicken. I'm not a vegetarian. I don't consider myself a vegetarian. But I feel that all these adjustments that I made have helped me health-wise.
Well, I feel that as you get older, you don't need that bulk anyway. You don't need all that food. And we were just talking about not having a 21-inch arm anymore, or not having, the best abs. Or not the abs we can have, but I mean, you got to go with yeah. My abs are pretty good.
I don't like Anibal attacking meat. Meat is one of the most complete foods you can eat. Do you know that?
I understand.
And do you know, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
If they told you could eat vegetables or meat, one or the other, couldn't eat both.
I take meat.
You better take that meat.
I take the meat.
Yeah.
Because
if I have nothing else to eat,
die without getting B12. Yeah. You can't die. You eat all the vegetables you want. There's no B12 in it. Yeah. So why? Why did nature do that? But you got to remember something, my dear friend.
Isn't that great for your business?
What? No, it has nothing to do with the business, my good friend. It has to do with nature. You can't overdo nature. Yeah. Nature says they don't put B12 in vegetables because they want you to eat.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And it's very important. Yeah. And you can get pernicious anemia and die.
But I'm not saying
you can't die for not eating it. But I'm saying
I'm not saying that I don't eat it at all. Once in a while, if I want to have a nice piece of steak, I have it.
Do you have to leave us?
No, I have to take it.
It's a busy man.
Yeah.
Do you still eat several times a day?
Yeah.
Like 5 times a day?
I try to eat like every 3 or 4 hours. I eat something.
Yeah, I do the same. Now I have another question. There's a lot of guys.
I just don't like overloading my system.
No, I can't do it. I just get too bloated.
Yeah.
I have another question. There's a lot of men, 50, 60 years old, who are just now starting to work out.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to eat. What would you suggest to somebody that age who wants to start and get themselves in shape? Remember, they've done like 50 years of damage. Yeah. So now they got to repair that and try to get in hard shape again. What do you suggest?
They're going to have to learn what their body is able to digest. Once you do that damage, it's hard to reverse, but you could still maintain yourself at a certain level by changing the way you eat, by taking supplements. I'm a big believer of supplements. I believe that supplements have their place in our life. I still take them. I take them. What I don't believe is that sometimes we overdo things.
Yeah.
But I believe in eating a good, healthy diet. There's nothing wrong with that. I just finished a book.
Yeah, let's talk about the book.
I just finished this book. It was just recently published, this past Friday. And what I did with this book is to try to help people begin and take them from beginning stages to advanced training. And this is why I call this book, your personal training guide, then and now.
And now.
That's what I call. That's the name of the title, And it's already out. And everything that I put in there are the things that I did, how I did it,
right?
How I started, and why have I changed a lot of the things that I do now.
Right. Where can we find this book?
This book, they could go on lulu.com.
Okay.
They could buy it. They could go to my website, aniballopez.com.
Okay, perfect.
It's on there now.
Okay, good. Then I'll put a little flash up of that so they can find the book.
Great.
And you're training now how many days a week?
2 times a week.
That's it?
That's it. I changed my system of training. I do more of what you probably know about it, high-intensity training.
Yeah, I do.
That's what I do. I do 30-minute workouts 2 times a week.
And you maintain everything.
I'm a personal trainer, and I train the people that I train. I have them on the same thing, and they're doing fantastic.
You know, I talked to Chet Yorton a while back. He told me he trains once every 2 or 3 weeks. I said, how do you maintain doing once every 2 or 3 weeks? He said, I just do. I just maintain it.
You know what, Rick? Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's body responds differently to exercise.
Yeah.
And eating and everything, you know. So what's great for Leroy and how he built his 20-inch arms, 21-inch arms, if people try to do it now, they will kill themselves probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
What do you think about where bodybuilding's gone today with the guys being 300 pounds and so huge and massive?
I don't know what to tell you, Rick, about that, you know. Bodybuilding is, you know, bodybuilders today are not the way bodybuilders were.
Whole different world.
You know, it's a whole different world. You know, some of these guys are really hurting themselves.
Yes, they are. There's no question.
Really
You can see
hurting
it.
themselves, you know. For the sake of having muscles which are beyond belief, really.
Yeah.
You know, and I really don't think it's necessary. I've always told people, you know, do the best you can with what you have.
Yeah.
I can't try to build my body and expect for my body to respond the way yours respond.
Everybody responds differently. There's no question about it.
Yeah. Our genes are different.
Yes.
You know, not everybody's going to build a 21-inch arm because structure that this man has, the bone structures and everything, the size. You know, so I have to do the best I can, and that's how I have managed my bodybuilding life, doing the most and the best I can with what I have.
And it works for you.
And you had beautiful symmetry. Beautiful symmetry. He wasn't, he's too short to be the one, and the huge guy, but his symmetry was. That's what got him through. Yeah. His symmetry and muscularity. The other guys got through with the hugeness, you know, and hit you, boom. But he just not, what's so smart is Anibal, he trained based on his structure. And that's why he got over. He didn't try to be like the guy that weighed 246 feet.
No.
And a lot of smaller guys try that, and they never get anywhere.
And this is how you wind up hurting yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, always.
You see,
You go beyond the limits.
Yeah, I always train with guys that were bigger than me, Chris Dickerson, Steve Mihalik, and all these people, you know. And I trained with them, but I didn't try to match what they did.
No. You made it work for yourself.
Yeah.
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 He customized it. That's a genius in you, see? He customized his body.
This is what people have to understand. And this is not only in bodybuilding. This is in any sport.
Yeah.
In any sport.
You maximize what's natural to you.
Exactly.
You did the same.
Oh, yeah.
You worked the work
the
for
way
you.
I put it is with your God-given abilities. And we're not going to get into that. But anyway, so anyway, we're going to, you know, but that's how it is. And the problem, if people, so what I try to do with when I speak to people, I do a seminar or with the book, is what I try to do is bring that point across. Do the best you can with what you have. Don't try to be the other person, because what I believe is that everybody can exercise. Everybody can train with weights, but not everybody is going to be a champion.
No.
It's just like everybody can play ball.
You just got to be the best you can be.
Yeah.
The best
Either
you can be.
have that to be that or not.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Well, I mean, I always loved his body, Rick, because the lines were so beautiful.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember. I'm going to post those pictures on this.
Yeah.
On this
the
video.
lines are beautiful, and and that's what's so actually exciting about how he has. A lot of guys go into downers when they can. They look at these big guys and they are jealous of them or envious of them, and they try to. They're not happy with what they are because they see the big freaks, you know.
Okay, there's a point.
Anibal was happy.
There's a point right there. Everybody wants to be like somebody else.
Yeah.
Why not just be the best you can be?
Right.
That person's already taken. You can't be them now, so be you.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the same thing with wrestling, with wrestlers who want to be. I want to be that guy. Create your own character. Be your own character. Be your own character on stage in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Be your own body.
Exactly. It's the
Have your
same
own.
thing.
Yeah.
Only thing that somebody else can do for you is maybe inspire you,
Right.
but to inspire you to do the most.
There you go. That's how it is. You inspired me. other people inspired me when I was coming up in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know, so once I learned and I mastered that, I took that and I made it my own.
Right. And you know the other thing people don't realize, when you can master bodybuilding, because it takes a great amount of discipline, and you can be focused every day on your diet and your training, you can take anything in life thereafter and master anything you want because you got the discipline now to do it all.
You got to read my book. I talk about that.
Yeah. You wrote a book?
Yeah, it was just published.
You were with a customer.
It was just published, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you one.
Now, here, wait a minute. Now, Anibal, now we've been good friends over 50 years, and I don't have a book in the mail.
You're gonna have
Just finished it yesterday.
We just finished.
So
Just
is it
that.
finished? Wrap it up. Set it.
All right.
have it.
So I
All
can
right.
learn something.
You'll have
I'm not too old to learn. Even
Only if you put out one of my pictures in here.
Oh, yeah, you got to have one.
though, yeah, you know that.
All right, we got to close this out. I run out of time, but I'm really thrilled to death to have both you legends together.
Great.
And I'm like the centerpiece here, which is good for me. And if anybody wants to come down and talk to Leroy down here at Total Nutrition, he's be willing to talk to people about training and all. That's your job.
Well, that's why we have the stools. You're sitting on them, but that's why we have the stools here.
That's right.
So
That's
we
right.
can.
And we're in Sherman Oaks, California, on Ventura Boulevard. Leroy, you got a
This
customer.
man, with no weird, I call it the geezer brigade. I know you don't like that, but anything over 70 is a geezer.
Oh boy.
No.
Thank you, Ian, for taking the time to spend with me.
Listen, my friend, it's
And-
a pleasure being here with you.
And we're not
I'm
done
gonna
because
tell
we'll be
you.
down at the beach tomorrow for the contest.
Perfect.
And,
Thank you so much.
For all you viewers, this is the man.
AnibalLopez.com.
Anibal Lopez.
Check the book.
His book, and also my book, The Time of My Life, about the story of my bodybuilding and wrestling through the years,
Great.
is on my website, ricdrasin.com. So
Yes,
we
sir.
both got our books.
Amen.
Thank you again.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.